at this point recognize the presence of Honorable Namdas Abdul Razak, Northeast Representative on the Nddc Board. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I at this point invite for his special remarks the energetic, consistently supportive, astute administrator, and a distinct engineer, Honorable Engineer Abubakar Momo, FNSE, Honorable Minister of Regional Development.
Assalatu, assalatu, Allah Muhammad. Assalatu, assalatu, Allah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. 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 Allah Muhammadi, Allah Muhammadi. Allah Muhammadi, Allah Muhammadi. Assalatu, assalatu, Allah Muhammadi. Assalatu, assalatu, Allah ilaha illallah.
Thank you very much. The Chairman Senate Committee on Nddc and members of the Senate and House of Representatives, let me recognize specially our guest of honor today, who is incidentally Chairman of the Economic National Crime, Barrister Olukayode, the Chairman, Managing Director of Nddc, and members of the board of Nddc. I also recognize you, and also to be recognized are the security officers here present. I think we have more of them here today than all other areas we have been visiting, which shows that the security people are working here seriously. Let me also recognize all other personalities here present, including the traditional rulers, market, I can see our market women, and a number of personalities here today. Let me say that each time I'm called to the podium to speak in occasions like this, particularly commissioning of projects in Nddc, I feel highly elated. Highly elated in the sense I have been a player in the politics of Niger Delta, and particularly the Nddc, being a member of National Assembly for a long time. I want to say in clear terms that what we are witnessing in recent times in Nddc, of course, has never been there before. And that is why the negative narrative has always been there in Nddc. I think this very board, put together by Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has done us a lot of proud. I think they deserve some good commendations like all other persons have said before. Let me say that when the MD came to me to say that this project is going to be commissioned today, he did mention to me that the chairman of EFCC will be the one to commission the project. The first question I asked him, why the chairman of EFCC? He now narrated to me the background of this very project. I gave hand off for him. I said, yes, that is a very good decision that we are taking, because the person who actually assisted you to recover this fund you are using to establish this very institution, it is also very important for him to see what you have utilized the money for. So I think it's a very good decision today that the chairman of EFCC is here live by himself to see what the Nddc has done with the money they assisted them to recover. And I'm happy that the MD too, in his own speech, he alluded to the fact that his presence here does not necessarily mean that they are exempted from investigation. So you have to be very careful what you are doing, know full well that at least the corruption people, the anti-corruption people, and the rest of them are here watching. Having said that, I want to say that turning of law like this means that For us in Niger Delta, things are going good for us. For a number of years that we have been in the play of the activities of Niger Delta, I can't imagine, throughout the time I was a member of National Assembly, from 2003 till 2015, I can't imagine if there was any time Nddc invited anybody to come and commission project. That is a statement of fact. And that is the more reason when you visit various communities in the Niger Delta region, you have abandoned projects here and there. There are quite a number of projects that were started in those days, but the projects are not completed. They are abandoned. Especially because the people there don't want to complete them. But one of the issues that we observe is that the board of Nddc, after 1-2 years, that board is sacked. The next thing you hear is sole administrator. If you don't hear sole administrator, you have a management committee. And those are purely aberrations. They are not in tandem with the provisions of the act. And at the end of the day, what do you expect? There will be no meaningful achievement in the region. Who suffer? It is the people of Niger Delta that suffers. That is the more reason I feel this very board need to be given the necessary cooperation for them to deliver for the people of Niger Delta. Otherwise, when they are quarreling and the board is self-packing, it is the people of Niger Delta that we lose. And let me make it clear that since I took over about 1 year, 8 months, I have not been called upon to squabble in the Nddc. And from all the testimony so far, you will see that the managing director, the board, they are working in harmony. And that is the reason, even in our recent retreat, I made it clear to the other commissions that are coming up that they need to learn from the Nddc management team and the board. Because the board and the management team, they are working in harmony, things are moving very well. I think by the time other commissions imbibe that spirit and they learn from what is happening in Nddc, there will be more meaningful development across the various regions in the country. And that is what is expected, and that is what Mr. President has directed that should be done. I want to say again that apart from these infrastructures, major infrastructure witnessing these days and being commissioned, there are quite a number of projects. Many people are not even aware that are being carried out by Nddc. For instance, we were here about a month and a half ago, even with the First Lady, to also commence the kick off the free medical treatment. And I think that free medical treatment that is being carried out by Nddc has gone a long way to assisting various communities, individuals that would you be able to afford the medical treatment. And of course, as of today, we have on record not less than 38,000 have been treated for free without payment. And there are quite a number of social services. We talk of the scholarship scheme, which has been mentioned before. Every year, giving scholarship to 200 students to go and read master program abroad is of no means achievement. And there are also other social services that are being carried out by the Nddc, but those ones, you will see them. But they are part of those things that are being done in order to mitigate the impact of the harsh weather within our society. Having said that, let me once again say in clear terms that all of these things too are also made possible because the National Assembly we have today is also doing its best in terms of cooperation. Doing its best to the extent that most of the projects that are being executed today, if they are not budgeted for National Assembly, it will be very difficult. The only appeal I want to make to the National Assembly is to ensure that by the time the budget is brought before the National Assembly, you can look at it and pass it expeditiously so that the 2025, particularly that is going to come, we also start in earnest like every other ones. The projects we are going to commission today, of course, the ED project, the MD and the chairman, they have also put us through the nature of the project. And with the facilities here that have been mentioned by the executive director of project, you can see that it's not just an institution, it's a village of its own. And by the time you come here in the night and see this environment, you know this is more or less a village own. And this is what we need to be replicated in all the 9 states of Niger Delta region. And I'm happy that, of course, this one is being commissioned today, but I know in a very short time we are going to look at the one in the River State. So once again, I have to commend your initiative for coming up with this project. But for me, I even look at this project as not just going to be a center of training. I even look at this project as a center that can even be converted in a due course to higher learning, because the environment and the facilities here, I think they are quite enough and moderate to achieve whatever you want to do. And let me again use this opportunity to thank our leader here, our friends. The chairman of PADEF is here with us, and we have a good representative taking over from our father, Chief Edwin Clark. But the person who is here today, a retired permanent secretary, former ambassador, Igali, is here with us. So I have to thank you for all the cooperation, the support, because in most cases, when we have issues, we always run to that angle to assist us. I know our late father, E.K. Clark, did a lot for us. And for me in person, it was more or less my unofficial advisor. I hope too that Ambassador Igari will also step into that very position. And I know you can do it better by your age and by your exposure. Having said that, I want to once again thank you very much, and also say that for final, that Niger is very lucky this time around that at the end of affair, we have a man who listened to us. Like I said when I was in Calabar the other time, each time I see Mr. President, all he will say is, how is Niger Delta? I say, Your Excellency, Niger Delta is working. I say, thank God that at least you said it's working. But for him too, he has also seen that it appears Nddc, they've gotten it right this time around. So what does that mean? It means that we have a man who is committed to developing the entire Niger Delta, apart from what he's doing in other countries. Niger Delta is very much in his mind, and he gives us all the necessary support, and that is the more reason. Even when we have Nddc, today we also have the South-South Development Commission be operational. By the time all other commissions are operating, we also have South-South Development Commission that will be complementing the effort and the work of Nddc. By the time Nddc is working and South-South Development Commission is working, you can now know the monumental development that we are going to witness in this region. So once again, let us put our hands together for our amiable President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who by the power of God, by the special grace of God, in a very short time, I'm sure we are also going to speak on his behalf in Niger Delta region. I'm sure we all speak positively when it comes to the time. Is that not so? So he's going to be our next president again. Once again, I have to thank you and God bless you.
Nagode Allah, Nagode Allah, Allah Sariki, Nagode Allah, Nagode Allah.
us for the Minister of Regional Development, Honorable Engineer Abubakar Momo, fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Thank you for those kind words. Distinguished senators, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and pleasure to invite an alumnus of Harvard University born on 14th October and assumed office as the Executive Chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes EFCC on 14th October 2023. Our dear Mr. Olanik Bekun Olukayode, our special guest. May we give him a resounding applause as he comes to make his remarks and officially commission this Nddc Renewed Hope Multipurpose Training Center here in
the Chair Senate Committee on Nddc permit me to use you as point of contact to recognize all the members of the National Assembly, distinguished members of the National Assembly here present, the Honorable Minister for Regional Development, Honorable Engineer Abubakar Momo, the Chair, board members, management team, the entire staff of Nddc, the renewed, transformed Nddc. Permit me to specially recognize our elder in the house, Ambassador Igali. Thank you very much, sir. All the military, security, law enforcement agencies, commanders here present, I recognize you all. The traditional rulers here present, I recognize you, our revered traditional fathers. All the society, I see yellow, I see red, I see green, I see blue, I see black. Thank you very much. Members of the media here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The chair of the board of Nddc, let me quickly share this with you. I assumed office, like it was rightly said, in October 2023. A couple of months down the line, I received a letter. Of course, a lot of people have been coming, governors, ministers, on courtesy visit. But I received a letter signed by the managing director of Nddc saying that they want to pay me a courtesy visit with the management team. And the moment my SA admin brought the letter, I said no. I'm not ready to see anybody from Nddc. And I said it because of the experience I have, because of the reputation, because of the, of course, before I became chairman, I was chief of staff, one of the chairmen. I became the secretary to the commission. Eventually I became the chairman. So I have an insider's knowledge about a few high-profile investigation that EFCC has done. And the first thing that came to my mind is the case files. Huge case files, where the name of Nddc featured regularly. And you know all the drama that surrounded, the past administration and all of that stuff. So that rang bell in my mind. I said, look, what am I doing with Nddc? When I complain and prove with their cases, we can talk. Or perhaps we meet in. A couple of days afterwards, I got 2 calls. I didn't know how they knew that I received a letter for courtesy call by Nddc. And one of them is someone that I referred so much. As a matter of fact, is one of my great mentors. He said, look, you need to listen to the new MD. And so thereafter, I agreed. So we fixed a date. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time the team led by the MD made a presentation for 20 minutes in my boardroom, I changed my mind. And I said, this man knows what he's doing, because I have my background in criminal investigation and prosecution. I have my background in compliance management. So when I see someone talks about institutional and policy reforms, passionately, you could see that this man was not talking out of the fact that he just wanted to talk. He knew what exactly he was going to do. And I told my management team, we need to work with this guy. He knows what he's doing.